Hello and welcome to ClickEquations Paid Search Pros video. Today's topic is Paid Search Analytics with Avinash Kaushik. We're going to share Avinash's favorite PPC Analytics tips, talk about how you can improve your PPC analysis by measuring what's changed, and discuss effective strategies for measuring the long tail. Enjoy!
So Avinash, well, we were here a few months ago and you had recently done a blog post about what had changed, what's changed reports, you call them. And you inspired us to go back and we added a whole feature to ClickEquations in the analyst that we call delta reports, where for any metric you can pull a metric by the amount of change between two time periods. And I thought maybe you'd share a little bit of your thoughts behind how what's changed reports can help specifically a paid search manager.
Yeah, definitely. You know, I grew up in the traditional BI world, the data warehouses, ERP systems, and the data actually, while you'll have a terabyte of data, it's not that different kind of data. It's just similar name, email address, things like that. And we used to always blame the fact that we couldn't make a good decision on the fact that we did not have enough data. So any level of incompetence can be blamed on the fact that you don't have enough data. And that's really not the problem on the web. I mean, you open ClickEquations, you open AdWords, you open Omniture, you open any tool, and there's more data than God intended you to have. So the problem now is that you don't know where to start. And the problem now is you don't know where to focus. And then the great thing about applying a filter like what's changed, applying any simple statistical algorithm or any artificially intelligent algorithm or any math to the problem is they can say, actually here's a great example. Last month I actually got 26,000 visitors from search, all organic. I'm too poor to do paid, but they came on around 26,000 keywords.
We do paid for you.
You do. But with 26,000 keywords, now how can I actually understand, even if I wanted to, of the 26,000 keywords, what I should look at? And the thing is, if I apply the simple filter of the what's changed or the delta report from ClickEquations, it applies this algorithm and it says, here are the 10 or 20 that we think statistically increased, and here are the 10 or 20 that actually dropped by a significant amount. What you give me are two fantastic starting points. Say, look at these guys that are going really high up, look at these guys that are dropping, and see if there's something you need to do between these two things. So you solve my 26,000 keyword problem. So I can't physically look at 26,000. And now when we're talking about companies having hundreds and thousands of keywords, how do you interpret that here? And that's what I think the what's changed report or the delta report really helps you is give you statistically significant starting points, and if you look at the data you can then start to make changes to your business. Most of the time I think that reporting today is essentially a very fine art of data puking. That's really what we do, all of us, and it takes us away from data puking and saying do these things.
And in paid search you can really find things you would not know.
Absolutely.
Because the reason for the change, you have to go figure that out. But the reason might be a seasonality shift, something your competitors are doing, something in the algorithm, something with your budget, something with your keywords. So you can discover problems that wouldn't have occurred to you to look for.
Yeah, below the surface, right? That's the other beauty of what's changed is somebody created a little Grease Monkey plugin that I can apply to Google Analytics, and it sort of shows me keywords that have risen 20%, keywords that have dropped 20%, and it just uses visits. There isn't a lot to it, but the great thing is it takes me away from the top 10. And that's really very important for people to understand, that the top 10 of most reports in web analytics does not change. Top 10 keywords, top 10 referrals, top 10 AdWords campaigns, groups, ad groups, they rarely change. They'll just have lots of traffic and they just naturally show up in the top 10.
Hopefully you've already optimized those.
Yeah, exactly. And that's why I say that most dashboards are on auto-delete, because you keep sending the same crap every month. And of course they will be auto-deleted. Now that's the other problem that what's changed solves, is that it brings things that are below the fold higher up. All these things that are hidden beneath the surface, after you get to your head, I talk about the head and tail so much, but beyond your head, once you get even maybe the mid or especially the tail, there are all these things waiting for you to discover and understand so much, and you would never have done. Another great use of this is to actually understand actual search queries that people are typing in that are rising the fastest. This is one of my favorite reports. Right. And you'll see it, I think, in Google Insights for Search at the very bottom right-hand side. You type in a keyword, and what it shows you are, of course, related keywords, and that's fine. Happy birthday. What is more cute is the one on the right that says, here, and that's their version of what's changed. It says, here are the keywords that are rising the fastest in the time period you've chosen. Now that is very interesting because they're all keywords below the fold. So I'll give you an actual example. So it's looking for diapers. Well, I don't need them anymore, mercifully. My son's 4 now, my daughter's 7. But I was going over to Pampers, and so I looked for diapers, and I saw all these related keywords to diapers. But the fastest rising terms in the last 6 months in the diaper category are eco-friendly and cloth diapers. And the thing is, this is not something that Pampers has woken up to. This is not something Huggies has woken up to. This is not something Loves has woken up to. But you can find these terms that are rising the fastest in terms of query volume, and you can say, should I introduce a new cloth diaper? Or you can say, how can I counter this effect of people becoming so eco-conscious they're not going to buy disposable diapers anymore, right? It really helps you understand things that are these below the surface trends so you can get on top of them before other people can. And that's really what you can do with paid search, right? You'll find all these things because you're doing broad match, you're doing all these other things. They're all below the surface. You can get them priced to the top very fast. And so I'm such a big fan of it.
That's great. And we have the full query information there. We can run
Exactly.
what's changed Delta reports right in the queries. So we'll encourage everyone to play around with ClickEquations Analyst and run some Delta reports.
Yes, and complain to Craig if they don't work.
Thanks for watching our video. You can get more paid search tips by reading the ClickEquations blog, checking out the free resources on our website, or following us on Twitter. If you'd like to set up a free demo, please contact us and we'd be happy to help.